The buzz around Marcus Rashford's recent statement about being ready for a new challenge travelled through Manchester United and the football world at large. Fans, pundits, and even his manager, Rúben Amorim, are dissecting the implications. Is this a sign of an imminent departure, or simply a call to arms for a fresh start within the club? When asked about Rashford's statement, Amorim was measured but clear. A new challenge is tough, he admitted. For me, it's the biggest challenge in football, because we are in a difficult situation. This is one of the biggest clubs in the world, and I hope all my players are ready for this new challenge.
For me, it's the biggest challenge in football, because we are in a difficult situation, and I already said that this is one of the biggest clubs in the world, so this is really a new challenge and the biggest one, and I hope all my players are ready for this new challenge.
While Amorim acknowledged the need for Rashford to elevate his game, he left no room for misinterpretation. Rashford is still very much a part of his plans. The manager revealed he hasn't spoken to Rashford directly about his comments yet, but emphasised the forward's readiness for the next game. He's our player, and he's ready for Tottenham, Amorim said confidently, focusing on the immediate task at hand rather than hypothetical scenarios about Rashford's future. Amorim's philosophy is clear: focus on the present and get the best out of every player. I've spoken with a lot of players, individually during training, he explained. What I want is to take the best out of Marcus Rashford, as with all the players. I don't talk about the future, I talk about the present. My key point is to win and to help the team be better. We are better with Marcus Rashford, and that's simple.
I spoke with a lot of players individually and during trainings. What I want is to take the best of Marcus Rashford as the players. So I don't talk about the future, I just talk about the present. I want the best of each one of them, and that is the key point for me. I just want to win and to help the team to be better. So we are better with Marcus Rashford, and that's simple.
Amorim also acknowledged the need for big talents in a club of Manchester United's stature. This club needs big talent, and Marcus is a big talent, he stated. He just needs to perform at the highest level, and that is my focus. Questions about how Rashford's future might influence the rest of the squad were brushed aside by Amorim. Players focus on their job, he said. I was a player, and we're a little selfish that way. Everyone is focused on winning their place in the team. I don't think it impacts the squad. This practical strategy demonstrates Amorim's dedication to preserving peace and concentration in the locker room, despite outside chatter regarding transfers or personal aspirations. When asked about Rashford and Garnacho's involvement in the EFL Cup quarter-final against Tottenham, Amorim maintained a performance-driven stance. We have one more training session, he said. If they train well, then I have to make a choice. We'll see after training. Amorim's expectations are high, not just for Rashford, but for every player. I expect the best from each player every day, he remarked. This consistent demand for excellence is what Amorim believes will elevate both individuals and the team as a whole. But it seems that training did no favour to Rashford, as he was left out of that game too, as well as the games against Bournemouth and Wolves. So the training isn't the issue. So what is it? Rúben Amorim has removed Rashford from 3 consecutive matchday squads, so it's now not a surprise that the Red Devils are prepared to let him go. A loan departure is scheduled for January. Journalist Andy Mitten has now claimed that Amorim is making the right decision, with the United Academy graduate, as the forward has been a problem for multiple managers in the past. Ineos, despite their off-field controversies, are finally backing the coach instead of the player in a bid to end the culture of rampant player power at the club. I do think the manager has had a big say here. I think he's doing it his way. He's a smiling assassin. He's a disciplinarian, he said on TalkSport. Every previous manager has had issues with Marcus Rashford. I've spoken to them, I know them. They've told me in confidence going back years and years and years. The career path of Rashford perfectly demonstrates this concept. In his first season, he typically does well for a manager before returning to his terrible on-field attitude. When he originally arrived, the 27-year-old was a sensation for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but by his last season, the Englishman had become a ghost of his former self. In his first season, Erik ten Hag had a similar problem with Rashford, his talisman, but then he lost his identity on the field. Rashford has typically not handled manager criticism well, changing positions on the field or being expected to assist with defence. Given that United's other forwards are underperforming and the team is likely to be pulled into a relegation battle, it'll be interesting to watch whether he does depart in January. Pressed about how he would handle a player who openly wants to leave the club, Amorim remained focused on the here and now. "This is in the future," he said. "My focus is on having all the players at their best to prepare for each game. We're not talking about if scenarios at a club like Manchester United." According to sources, Atletico Madrid is interested in Marcus Rashford, but their pursuit might be slowed by financial issues. Under Rúben Amorim, Rashford has lost favour as the Englishman has been left out of recent matchday squads. The 27-year-old, who scored United's first goal under Amorim, has not played for the Red Devils since being substituted out early in the second half of their December 12th match against Victoria Plzen. Right now, it appears that United wants to get rid of their academy product, but because of their financial issues, they're having trouble finding a suitor. Rashford signed a contract with United until 2028 after a successful season under Erik ten Hag, making him one of the most paid players in Europe with an estimated weekly salary of around £300,000. Both his performance and his lucrative Old Trafford contract are holding back any move to both Barcelona or Atletico. He makes £19.5 million a year, including bonuses, as reported by Capology. Rashford, who scored 30 goals in all competitions during the 2022-23 season, is one of Europe's most explosive wingers on his day. His speed and amazing ball-striking ability can make headlines. With just 3 points separating Atletico and third-place Barcelona, the La Liga competition is extremely close this season. And after the season, a player like Rashford can make all the difference. It's implied, meanwhile, that neither of the Spanish powerhouses is in a strong enough financial position to risk their money on the United star. Turkey and Saudi Arabia are emerging as Rashford's possible destinations, a Spanish newspaper reports. However, he might not find such moves appealing at this point in his career. Atletico has been connected to another United forward in the meantime. According to a recent report from the People's Person, Alejandro Garnacho is being targeted by the Madrid-based team. Marcus Rashford's struggles at Man United have been attributed to his poor form and inconsistent management style. He's been on the club's books since 2005 and has made 426 appearances, scoring 138 goals. However, his form has dropped over the past 18 months, and reports suggest that United are making their academy graduate available for sale. Asked after the 2-0 defeat to Wolves about Rashford's fourth successive snub in matchday squads, Rúben Amorim said, "It's always the same reason it's going to be. We have to be the same professionals, the same guys, winning or losing. Losing, I have to be stronger. I will continue with my idea until the end." Asked if Rashford had shown signs of changing since being left out, Amorim gave a blunt and telling answer. "If he's not here, you can make your mind up. A total squad rebuild has been approved, and the sale of Rashford as a homegrown star will be more lucrative for the club." Rashford has played under 5 different permanent managers during his Old Trafford career, but Man United are willing to sell Rashford in January if a suitable offer is received, with the club hoping to receive a minimum of £50 million in a sale. Tell us what you think about Rashford leaving Man United. Where would you like to see him next? Will the links to La Liga and Atletico Madrid or Barcelona be a reconciliation for him, or will he go to a more unpopular destination? Will he thrive in the next club he chooses, or do you think it'll be a bust? Tell us in the comments down below, and show us your support by hitting the like and subscribe buttons.